variable
Mm-hmm.
could be an entire function, right? But a variable is just something that you it's something you need to take consideration of, right?
Yeah.
At least what I would say, like, okay, I need a name, right? So I'm gonna give a variable name, right? So
Mm-hmm.
it's something that needs to be identified as the full scope of
Mm-hmm.
what we're trying to do. And usually you identify the variables at the beginning,
Yep.
right?
Mm-hmm.
Because now when you're starting your code or your project, you want to list out what objects or what things, what placeholders you need or will need in order to get the output that you want.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
And so you'll start initializing all of your variables, and then you do your, and then now that you've initialized them, then you run them through the process that you want to use them for, right? If this, whether it's logic, whether it's an execution, whatever it is, if this, if I want to use these variables to do this,
Mm-hmm.
or
Yep.
supply this, or organize this, or do, whatever that may be. Um,
So
but
they're
I
all the
think
same. Mm-hmm.
yeah, and then variable in the real, what I think, and I apply this in the real world as well, is like it's like your requirements, everything
Mm-hmm.
that you need from a project perspective, or um, if you're looking at a problem, problems have variables, right? Are there compliance and regulation variables, the things that you need to take into consideration, right?
Mm-hmm.
And are there um, and that's
Internal.
what yeah,
Yep.
and that's why I like so much about what I love about technology and coding is because you're just writing, really, right? Like if it's a book, there's variables in books.
Mm-hmm.
All of the people could be a variable, all of the
Characters. Yeah.
places, all
Yep.
of that. Yeah. Everything,
The
everything
plot twist.
everything could be a variable, right? You
Yep.
can categorize and you can put them into their objects. Um, and so you can kind of abstract that, right? You can have variables within variables, and you can have and stuff like that. So it applies for everything in the business, right?
Yes.
So if you're going to try and to automate a process or try to create an automation, you want to make sure that you understand all of the variables,